I sort of went down this rabbit hole of kind of trying to disprove all of the religions. But I was like, I'm not going to do this without really studying them. So I'm interested to first learn, like, what does it actually say? So I can, really understand why people follow this so much and see if there was any wisdom in there. Because I thought at the very least, at least if I read something, I've got some knowledge of it. And then I can, have a stronger position on why I don't believe. And as I was reading, especially from the Old Testament to the New, there was just so many connections, found so many fascinating links. And especially when I start looking at the accuracy and historicity of, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and also of the New Testament, all of the manuscripts, 5,000-6,000 or so. And that kind of just blew my mind, because I'm like, okay, so clearly this Jesus guy was quite important, considering, it's 2025 years since he was supposedly born.
Why was your instinctive reaction that you wanted to disprove religion? And coming into this process, what were you expecting to find as you looked into the Bible? Were you expecting to find that it was all a myth, or what were your priors?
Yeah, I had this idea that, and a few of my friends have a similar idea, which is if we found any old book and we dug it up, and we didn't have any other knowledge, we would believe that this book could be from God or from anyone, and just because it's from the past. So I was like, I want to, if I'm going to have a position on something, I need to actually have some knowledge on it. And what I did find is most atheists or even agnostic that I spoke to had never looked into it. And that kind of shocked me. And then what I also found is from a lot of people from, within the free faiths, also hadn't really studied completely to be able to answer a lot of the questions. So I was like, so we've got a lot of people here who, some of them have faith without any evidence. And then other people have zero faith, but they've never even investigated the evidence.
Yeah. Skepticism without evidence and faith without evidence, but no one's looking at the evidence.
Yeah, so I just felt like if I'm ever going to hold a position on something, I don't want to be that person who's on the fence or someone who's got a really strong opinion without any evidence. So I was like, I'm just going to study it and see if I can find problems in it. And I'll be honest, I was just blown away by the evidence, just absolutely blown away. There's so much evidence outside the Bible that he existed, and that's kind of really where I got my conviction from. Where it actually stumped me was the prophecies. This stuff just absolutely blew my mind. This changed my mind. This was the new information, and it kind of rocked everything. God is real, and something is actually happening. There's a frequency that's aligning with what I'm asking for and what's actually happening. My understanding is the church is a hospital for the sick and needy, and it's always focused on that. I'm not going to say that just because you're successful, you're not sick and needy. I think there's a lot of people who are still going through a really hard time.
Right.
But there are also just a lot of people who are happy in life and maybe not at rock bottom, and they almost overlook this because there's just not really an entry. And so, Jesus does say, I came to heal the sick, not the healthy, but at the same time, I think that information is really, really important. And we may have, for a long period of time, diluted what faith is. And I from what I see, it just continues to get diluted.